often imitated, never duplicated. This is the Horror Debate. I am Jeff Rowdy J. Kieran, alongside me as always, Mr. Michael Mandy.
And this week we will be debating The Sickhouse from 2007, directed by Curtis Radcliffe, starring Gina Phillips. She was in Jeepers Creepers.
Yes, she was.
And a lot of other TV things too.
Kind of cute, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's happening.
All right, but was this movie happening?
No. And you know what? And even though it did happen, and even though we watched it, I'm not sure what we watched, Mike.
No, I'm not either.
I'm going to let you do the plot on this one, because I'm a little confused here.
Okay, the plot on this film, it takes place in London, and this American archaeologist lady is studying this abandoned hospital that was built upon an abandoned orphanage from the 1600s when the plague hit London. And so she's doing this archaeological dig to, I guess, learn more about the plague and what you could find. And the building is going to be destroyed because they found a live strain of this plague. So she breaks in. They're going to demolish it at 6 in the morning, so she breaks in the night before.
Right.
Sneaks in past the security
Which
guard.
was kind of a cool premise.
Yeah, kind of cool premise.
Okay.
And meanwhile, there's a bunch of punks, two guys, his deaf brother.
I couldn't stand these guys.
And his 9-month pregnant girlfriend. They steal a car. And
was she 9 months?
At least.
She looked like 13.
13 months pregnant?
Yeah, they have those.
Oh, man, she was... She was taller laying down, man.
Yeah,
she was
you got
really
it.
sticking. Anyway, so they were joyriding in this car, zooming around. They hit someone. They freak out, and they run hiding into this abandoned hospital. The same one that main she's in. And
yes, and we get a mishmash of all kinds of stuff going on. You know, this kind of reminds me a lot. No, it reminds me a lot of Silent Hill.
Yeah, this is Silent Hill.
This has got a lot of Silent Hill in it with the creatures or the masks with the beak. It should have been called March of the Penguins.
Yeah, it should have been.
It was crazy.
Well, because the plague doctors back in the 1600s, they had these masks that had a long nose sticking on them, and they filled them with hay and flowers and stuff so they wouldn't have to smell the death all around.
Right.
And
did they have to look like beaks?
Yeah, they look just like beaks.
Did they have to? Come on, what are these guys doing?
I don't know, but I'm not scared when I see it. And what the heck was it with them being 7 or 8 feet tall?
I don't know.
Here it is. She's running down the hallway screaming, and there's this 8-foot tall penguin walking behind her.
Yeah, there's a lot of this movie that I think if I watched it again, maybe I would catch better or something. I don't know. This was like really confusing, very abstract from the beginning.
I think if I saw this movie again, I would do what that one guy did and hung himself.
Very abstract, though. Wouldn't you agree, Mike? A lot of
this movie is filled with that thing where the camera is just bouncing all over the place.
Oh, you're not going to give me the shaky camera thing again, are you?
But then it would zoom in, and the guy would do that super fast shake that thing, and it's like,
but his head would shake. His head.
Everything would shake.
Not the camera. Yeah. Dude looked like he was going into convulsions or something.
Exactly.
Then we had the Jawa people.
Yeah, these Jawas running around, and this is just a weird
people,
film.
They got to be listening to this review going, I got to see this movie because they just said Jawas and convulsions and penguin-looking guys.
And 13-month pregnant ladies.
13-month pregnant ladies. I mean, we got to check this out,
and
right?
plagues, yeah.
I mean, we're...
You know what? Actually, this review makes it sound better. Maybe I should watch this movie.
I mean, I don't know what happened here, Mike. I saw the trailer for this. This was at the beginning of another movie that I just recently watched, the trailer for this, and it looked good. And I said, man, I got to check out The Sickhouse. Okay, Gina Phillips. Okay, she's a pretty well-known actress. But it didn't work.
This movie was entirely blue. It was blue and black.
What I tell you, it was like I called it sepia, but I guess sepia is kind of brownish.
Sepia is brown. Sepia is what Silent Hill was.
But it's the same kind of thing. It's like all muted.
Yeah.
Everything is just like
that Underworld.
Well, Underworld was more blue.
Yeah.
You had like really kind of light blues going on. This was just washed out. Now, I will say this though: if this movie was actually in color, because it's not really in color, but if it was actually in color,
I think it would have been better.
Flick.
I think it would have been better.
Yeah,
especially that one scene with the pregnant lady.
Exactly. Which, bottom line, she's losing the baby, and she just got stuff flowing. Right? I mean, it's just flowing. And I'm like, well,
it could have been motor oil spilled on her.
It could have been. I mean, I don't know what, the color, the absence of color made it very confusing to the eye.
Yeah.
I had no idea what was going on.
Even in color, though, just them standing around. Okay, one of the most ridiculous things in the movie, she finds this book and oh, gee, this person's going to die this way and that person's going to die that way. This person is going to get burned. Gee, why don't we go find some
torches?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you even tell her? The dude even told her, he said, you know what, if you ask for a light, I'm not giving it to you.
But here, help me build a torch.
Let's light some torches.
Yeah,
what's going on?
Oh, come on.
Okay, Mike. I mean,
This movie is filled with lots of what the heck is going on?
yeah. We were looking at each other throughout the flick going, can we make it an hour and a half? Can we do this? Which was kind of weird because I think the box was actually marked 2 hours and like 9 minutes or something like that. And then we put it on and it's an hour and a half, mercifully.
Yes.
Mercifully,
Good.
Yeah, so...
bad film.
I will say this, okay? I dug the audio. The audio was kicking throughout this movie. You watch this in surround sound, like 7.1 surround, you had all kinds of things going on in the rear channels.
Yeah, what's funny, though, is like the lady'd be walking down the hallway, and then she would stop and turn around like she hears something, and the camera would zoom in, and all of a sudden the sound would go, wow!
Yeah.
And then she'd turn around like, oh, it was nothing, and keep on walking. It's like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
When someone turns around with the scary music, let's have something scary actually happen.
But, in theaters, this wouldn't have sounded this good. I mean, we had it cranked up, with a really nice system in a small room, and it just sounded fantastic. I mean, I was surprised because I wasn't real thrilled with the picture, like I said, and it wasn't because of the quality of the picture. It was because of the way this thing was filmed. Very muted, and everything kind of blends in with everything else. So you can't kind of tell what's going on half the time. So it was a frustrating experience for me. And I think Mike probably feels the same way, right? I mean, you're pretty much frustrated with the whole thing.
Yes, it's a very frustrating film because I don't like going, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
Why is he doing that?
Yeah. I mean, if this is one of those films, if you were watching it on tape, you'd be rewinding all the time, going, "What did I just see?
Yeah.
What is that?" So, what do you think, Mike?
I don't know. I'm torn between 1 star and bomb. I don't know.
Oh, you're torn backwards.
Yeah, I'm torn backwards.
Okay.
I don't know. Just that one gore, the one scene of the pregnant lady.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah. What do you think of the acting, though? I mean, Gina Phillips did pretty good, right?
Yeah, she was fine.
Yeah.
Everyone else was just, I don't
Everything,
know.
you know what got me, and no
very
offense
pedestrian.
against the English folk or nothing like that.
Some of the accents were hard to hear.
Some of the accents were terrible, and it made it very difficult to discern. I don't know if these guys were like real English people or what, but it made it very difficult to discern what they were saying sometimes.
Yeah.
A lot of F-bombs. I got those. Okay, I figured those out immediately, but it was the stuff that was surrounding the F-bombs I couldn't get.
Yeah.
He called her an effing FF, I think, at one point.
And then she looked at him and went, F you. Right
Yeah, I'm like, oh, well,
Oh,
at least we have sophisticated dialogue here.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm going to say skip this flick.
Bomb it.
There's just not a lot of anything to like here. I am going to give it 1 star. The reason I'm going to give it 1 star is because the audio. I thought the audio was really kicking. I thought it was almost a reference quality disc as far as the audio goes. But I'll tell you what, man, if you got to suffer through all this to get to that audio,
If you the only nice thing you can say about a movie is, well, the sound was nice.
Yeah, that's all I can say.
Yeah.
I mean, Gina Phillips, she's a good actress, but this movie was wrong. It was just, it wasn't put together well. So, yeah, I'm going to 1 star it, Mike.
All right, I'm Michael Mandy. He's Rowdy Jeff. We will talk to you next week at the Horror Debate.